Hello, Made by Michelle here. I'm Michelle. Thank you for joining me today. So I wanted to talk today. It is September 5th, and I wanted to talk today about my Make 9. So I've gotten quite a few things done off my Make 9. Several of them are good, a couple of them not so good, but I would like your help in like pivoting with them because I don't want to just waste them because that's not what we're here to do, right? And I don't want to give them away because they're not, up to par. If I make something and it's good, it just doesn't work for me, then I'm happy to, pass it on to a charity shop. But if I make it and it's just not quite there, or I make it and I see, we'll get to that, but I need your help. So anyway, so the first thing on my list was the Nomi 2016. Check, done, love it, fantastic. The second thing was the Smitten jacket, done, love it, will make more. The third thing was my plaid mixed flannel pants, and in theory they were fantastic. However, they were a little too crazy, which I was totally, it was a 50-50 shot, right? So here they are. This is the back. And there is a lot of material here, so I don't want to just waste this. And I was thinking about, and I'm pretty sure I have a picture of me in these that I can put in, but they're just too loud, a little too crazy for me, and I'm not going to wear them. But this is all flannel, and it's fantastic. So perfect for upcoming fall. So my question to you is, should I cut out like a shacket, a jacket shirt? Some of this is like gathered. That's the pattern. I'll put a picture of the pattern in. Or maybe just do like I don't know. I could do like the Smitten jacket, but it has no gathers. They're just straight seams. So I'm thinking like a shirt jacket. And I could use, like the straight seams on the inside where the button plackets are, and the gathers on, I don't know, the under seams, or I could reverse it. I don't know. I guess I could just lay it out and see what happens. But I can also take it apart and use, and undo the gathers. But anyway, that was the third thing on my list. I did it. Not going to wear them. A little too crazy. T-shirt upcycle will be coming. Stay tuned for that. Donnie shirt, the tried and true patterns. Check. Made a couple of them. The sixth thing on the list was Pattern Emporium, either the Low-Key Cami, which I do have cut out, and I've got the facing sewn. It's going to need a little bit more fitting. It's over here on my dress form than I anticipated, but that I'm curvy. It's to be expected. Or I had the all-in button-up shirt. I made a lot of button-up shirts. So my point was to get used to buttons and buttonholes. Check. Did that. But I also have cut out and in a project bag, the Pattern Emporium Lyrical shirt. I was supposed to do that at the sewing retreat that I had booked and scheduled, but instead of going to a fun 4-day sewing retreat, I went to the emergency room my husband brought home a fun virus, and yeah, couldn't hack it with my sort of delicate system. So yeah, got a trip to the emergency room instead of getting to go to a sewing retreat. So I did not get to go to that. So I didn't get that sewn up. The seventh thing I had was the Grab a Cup of Cardi, or the Tilly and the Buttons Bertha again. Another fail, and that is no fault of the pattern. It is because I sewed it up after I came home from the hospital that week. I had 4 days off work, and I was feeling sorry for myself, basically. And I thought I should do something, and I chose to do something that I thought I could do because I've done it before, and it's not great. So here it is. I have no pictures of myself in it at this point. And I'll pan you down to see. I mean, this part's fine. If I can stand back far enough. The back seam, the back binding is just not great. So, in my last one, I used a different material for the binding. And I ended up having to stretch it because it was, I think what I did was I lengthened it. And so this one, I cut out extra because it's not as stretchy. And so I have too much. The last one I didn't have enough and I overstretched it, and this one I have too much and I understretched it. So I don't really want to have to take it all apart. So you can tell me, do I take it apart and take some out? Do I just take some out of the back? Or do I mean, is the rest of it good enough? I mean, I lined the pockets with an old dress that I wasn't using. That was way too big for me. And I think it's okay for the most part. It's just, I think this binding in the back is, or band, excuse me, in the back, I think is just too big. And yes, there is an extra piece that I put in here. So there's extra seam here. It should be in the center back. But again, it didn't have enough stretch. So I lengthened the neck band. But it's just, so I could take, I'm not gonna just stitch this because this fabric was expensive. But unpicking that serger seam is going to be a bear. But I mean, I guess that's probably the right answer, is to unpick it, take some out of this band, and then sew it back down. I think that's the only problem. Or I could make my, I think it's S9374 vest that I wear all the time in the fall and winter and spring with that material, but I don't know that that's going to work. Anyway, tell me what you think. Should I mean, I think probably unpicking it and fixing it is probably the right thing. But anyway, check, I did it. Eighth thing is the Friday Avenir jumpsuit, which I still haven't sewn. I still haven't cut out. It was in a project bag to take to the retreat. And number 9 is sweatshirt, which is set up for the cozy part of the sewing bee competition or contest that I am included in, or taking part of the vlogger tour and the challenge with Sam, Sequin Girly. So I will be doing sweatshirt as probably, and yeah, And then I plan to do some sweatpants as part of my Sew Phoenix September 25. So I should have a set then. I mean, I just have sweatshirt on here. So that's my make 9. And then I had the M8108 for my daughter, check. Something for my husband. These were extras that I added for myself just to make it difficult. I had a bestie bag. I've made a lot, so check. I had sew for the guinea pig, sew for my husband, craft pattern, and sew for others. So I don't know that I've made anything for the guinea pigs this year. I'm sure I will make something else for them for Christmas. And I don't know that I've sewn another craft pattern. But I'm sure I'll make some more, table runners or pillowcases or something else that I haven't done yet. Curtains, towels. I always do something at this time of year. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 officially off my make 9. Yeah. So, I feel good about that. And then I've got the 6th one cut out and plans for the 7th and 8th. So it's just the Avenir that is the kicker. Yeah. I feel good about that. So anyway, I need to run to work. It's early and I'm running behind. So anyway, thank you for joining me today. How are you doing on your make 9? If you made one officially, if you made one unofficially, or if you don't make them, that's okay too. How are you doing with your sewing year? Tell me below what you think I should do with those flannel pants. And yeah, I hope you get some time to sew today. I won't. I will be at my 9 to 5 Monday through Friday job. Got to make money for the habit. Thanks so much for joining me. Take care. Bye.